The Class 27 or BRCW Type 2 were built at the famous Birmingham Railway Carriage and Wagon Company. Over 69 were built between 1961 to 1962. They worked mainly in Glasgow, as well as the Midland region of BR, and London Cricklewood for the Tilbury boat trains, cross-London freight services. They lasted until the late 1980s in the Scottish area on push-pull services between Edinburgh and Glasgow. Until withdrawals began, thankfully 8 have survived and live on in various heritage railways around Britain. And welcome again to another Mark on Track, where today we have a smaller scale locomotive for you today. Today we have from Dapol a Class 27 diesel. It's a Type 2, I believe they call these. These were built at Birmingham Carriage Works in the early 60s. A huge amount of them were built. They were very similar to the 26s, but again with diesels they tend to vary bit by bit. This one I got specifically to run on Lacy Dale, since our layout is transition period between steam and diesel, 1959 to 1960. This loco has been running, and it has run when we were at Alexzanda Palace this year. It does have lights, it's very nicely detailed, and diesels in N-gauge just seem to work. We have no major troubles like we do with steam engines. Let's get it out of the box. I've removed the sleeve, so it comes in a nice box with this nice black foam. I'll just get the locomotive out. There it is. Quite a bit of weight to it as well, which helps. There it is, the Class 27. Just get her onto the rails. Is she on track? Yeah, it is. The Class 27 here, really nice locomotive. I got it because also it's BR green, it doesn't have yellow ends. Because yellow ends are sort of later, and I tend to like a lot of the green diesels as they were just as they first came out of the production works. The locomotive is really nicely detailed. You've got, because originally the first people who done the S were Hornby Minitrix, who done the Class 27. That was the best you could get for diesels for many years, because for DCC and also N-gauge they've come a long way. So you've got this really nice, lots of detail along the side here, and relief. You've got like the fan at the top here, you've got like the grills, lots of riveting, the doors. You've got really nice relief on the windows, cab side, cab spaces inside, so you could put a little man in there if you wished to cut it apart. You've got nice lights, so when it lights up the headboards here light up, and you've also got red ends. It's a nice locomotive, and they're good for mixed traffic, so you can pull them with freight or passenger. Of course, I'm not sure if 1A meant they were passenger or if it was freight, because there are different codes, but it's your layout, run what you like, and be very hard to change the blind. So I think they've done a really nice, good model here, Dapol, with this diesel. So let's have a look at it as it goes around. You'll be able to see a lot of the detail as we go in for a closer look. Yes, they've really done a good job on this. Just for this locomotive, you get quite a lot here. You do get head codes as well. And the thing is, unlike Farish, when they give you head codes for diesels, they give you a little list of how you apply them and how they would be seen if they were freight, diesel, light freight or light engine. But of course you can always go online to look at what different head codes were. Those head codes are at home. Here we have, these are magnetic couplers that can fit in either end, because the pockets are NEM, so that's the great thing now, you can change the couplings. This I've added no coupling this end, because with this you do get a free link chain, which I plan to put on here, so when this train goes around you'll have the free link chain swinging and swaying. You also get these tiny snow ploughs which go to either end. They just clip on underneath, although to do that you would need a snowy scene, so unfortunately Lacy Dale seems to be more in a summer scene, so it'd be a bit odd if that was there, unless it was to knock out a wayward badger, as it would. You've got shorter couplers here, you've got loads of vacuum pipes, which really does boggle the mind, because when you start adding these, they're very easily broken off. So it works in double O, but anything this small, you'd have to get a different box than this to put the locomotive back, because this foam will rip anything off. So I wouldn't recommend that. You do get a good amount of detail here, or how much you pay for it. So those kind of packed nicely away there. So you can add those all along the front of the locomotive, all along the side. Pulling power, they're very good at pulling anything, so the weight in it allows them just to pull about well over 16 coaches and about 20 to 25 wagons, or freight of your choice. These also come in BR Blue livery, so if you were modelling tops to late 80s when these were seen in Scotland at the end of their lives, you could model them around there. Or if you were modelling them around the early 60s, you can get them in BR Green and BR with yellow ends. So yes, it's a really nice diesel. I mean, I'm not a big diesel fan, but I do like certain diesels, and if you're doing an era like BR, you do want some sort of diesel to show the transition. When steam died, diesel took over, and of course nowadays you've got different diesels, so these died and another diesel took over, so transitions are always there. So let's have a look at it running around. Again.